video. In today's video, we are ranking the Call of Duty zombie maps, but there's a bit of a twist, as you saw from the title. We're ranking them based off aesthetics. Aesthetically, I guess you could say. I would say what this is based off, but in simple terms, the feel or vibe of the map. It goes without saying, the ranking has nothing to do with the gameplay, story, it's just off the vibe and look of the map. And some of these maps, like, I'm not really gonna rank the Vanguard or Extinction maps, but we will do most of these. So, the Frozen Dawn feel / vibe. I'm gonna be honest, man. The Frozen Dawn aesthetically is pretty good. I actually think this gets a solid B tier. Only problem is a good chunk of the map feels like the same. So it still is immersive though, aesthetically. Horizon track aesthetically, I think it gets an A tier. I think the Horizon track aesthetically, you might be wondering, I feel like this should be S tier, but I don't know, man. I just feel like there's better for it. Nocturne Totem. It gives you a feeling of despair. I'm gonna say aesthetically a lot in this video because this is not gonna look like my actual map ranking. But Nocturne Totem gives you the sense and feel of genuine despair in the map. Like you can't escape. And that's why this has to go S tier. Call of Dead's aesthetics, I think it also gets S tier with the fog in Siberia. It really makes you feel like you're just popped into a random place in Siberia, Russia. And I was about to say I like the map. Nothing to do with the ranking, but I think the vibe for Call of the Dead is on point. Transit. See, theoretically, this should be here. But what really ruins the aesthetics of the map is I know the fog and lava. Well, actually not the lava, but I know the fog's there because the game would crash without it on the 360 and PS3 when it was released. So I think that brings it down a little. But I still think okay, a lot of these rankings are going to be way much better aesthetically because a lot of bad maps have good aesthetics, but I think it goes A tier. Shang's aesthetics. I think it's above Call of the Dead. I don't think it's above Noct. Beautiful jungle, ancient looking temple really captures that vibe. Like a mythical little place. Love it. Ascension's aesthetics. It does feel like a Soviet base. But when I load into Ascension, I'm not thinking about aesthetics. Like when I load into Shang, I think all the aesthetic of this map is great. Same with Noct. When I'm loading into Ascension, I'm not ever really thinking it. So I think it goes right below the Frozen Dawn aesthetically. Garad Karovi. I think it goes. No, I think it goes A tier. Don't get me wrong. While it does feel like the war-torn city of Stalingrad, at least at the time period of World War II, I feel like it. Okay, look, I don't have a problem with it. But like Nocturne Totem, it's not in your face. Like you just genuinely feel despair. Shangri-La is just beautiful, right? Call of the Dead's foggy, feels like Siberia. Garad Karovi, if we want to break this down, it's a war-torn city. I know there's way much deeper than that, but that's why I think it gets A tier. Nuketown zombies aesthetically, I feel like it's just kind of on par with Transit. I mean, it's okay, I guess. I guess. No, we're not even gonna no, I guess we gotta rank Nuketown. We'll place it here. Actually, realistically, no, it's not. I'm inflating the ranking so much. Not really. Okay. Is this the Cold War outbreak? Okay, the problem with Cold War outbreak is there's a bunch of different maps on it, if I'm correct. Yeah, here's the Advanced Warfare outbreak. I mean, I get it depends which map. Yeah, we're not gonna be ranking this one. It's at a row below, and we're gonna say not ranking because this is where Outbreak is going. Because I don't know how to rank it. The Giant aesthetically, pretty solid. I think it's better than Nuketown, better than Ascension, better than Frozen Dawn. We're gonna move Transit down a bit. I'm not gonna lie, that's where it's gonna go. Right here. I think the Giant goes right here. Pretty solid. Actually, I think top of B. Shadowed Throne. The only problem is Garad Karovi has a little bit more. Shadowed Throne just feels like a only war-torn. At least this is kind of decorated, you know? You can kind of see the culture on the map. To be honest, Shadowed Throne just kind of feels like rubble. So I don't think it's complete trash. I think it's better than Nuketown, actually, aesthetically, but not amazing. Okay, Moon, is this even a question? Aesthetically, Moon gets S tier, bro. You're literally on the moon. Insane aesthetically, bro. Zetsubo. I think this also gets an S tier. Well, yeah, realistically, I think it should. It's gonna go right here. Zetsubo, literally the Island of Despair. Since it's Black Ops 3, I'm not gonna lie, you don't feel as much despair as, like, Noct. But you really still do experience and feel despair on Zets. Die Rise, not great. I'll place it here for aesthetics, but I don't really gotta say much. Shadows aesthetically, I'm gonna place it top. No, it has to go here. I think it goes right above Zets. Oh, I'm pretty sure Shadows is like it's either 20s or 40s city, right? But regardless, it just feels so good. The little, I guess it'd be jazz music that plays when the round switches. Aesthetically amazing. Let's go. Start doing random. Alpha, Omega. I mean, it's about the same as Nuke. I guess I like Nuketown a little more. Okay, Voyage aesthetically. This is definitely going up. I think Voyage aesthetically on the Titanic, you know, cold water out there, iceberg, all that stuff, and the inside the ship, really fit. It's really great aesthetically. And now we've got Origins. Okay, Origins aesthetically, yeah. Here. Okay, I gotta go here aesthetically. World War I trenches, snows, rains. You know, you got the sky with like all the planes and bullets flying. Amazing. Always wonder where those bullets are coming from though. The battlefield's only zombies and then premise crew. And what we got? Doris. I mean, it's basically the giant. So where did I put the giant? Right here? Is it better? I guess the giant has snow. It kind of looks a little more distinct. Well, Doris is just a base, so we'll go with this. But I don't know. I wouldn't be mad if someone said Doris aesthetically is better than the giant. Revelations. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. I think it definitely S tier. Revelation, especially with like the little universe. I don't even know what you call it. The big blue ball. Well, bro. Okay. I think it's better than Voyage. I'm not gonna lie. Better than Shang. Right here. I think Rev aesthetically is goated. Well, I'm not gonna be ranking. I just couldn't be bothered to rank some of these maps, bro. I'm just gonna occasionally get rid of the ones I don't want to rank. Torture Path. I don't know how we'd rank that. There's multiple maps. I'm not gonna even. We're not ranking Vanguard, bro. Forsaken. Let's go ahead and get Forsaken. Alright, I guess. We're gonna place it right there. Below Ascension. Buried. Oh my gosh. I think it's gotta go here. On the lower end of S tier, but I mean, you're literally buried in the Wild West town. It fits the Wild West so much, and it's kind of unique that it's literally buried. I like the idea of it, and the vibe of it fits. 5. Better than Ascension, question mark? I think so. Better than Transit? I don't know. I think so. Okay, we're moving Frozen Dawn down a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. D-Machine. Definitely. I know Noct's on the map, but it doesn't catch any disparity like Noct. We're gonna go. I think it's probably better than Forsaken. But that's. There's not much. Terminus. I think Terminus is higher. We're gonna place this A tier. I think Terminus has got the good vibe with all the little islands and the storms. Wasn't there a hurricane, or am I just making that up? I don't know. But Kino, I think it's above the Giant and Doris. Actually, I think it's right below these two. That's where it's gonna go. Final Reichs aesthetically. Actually, hold on. We'll just do random again. Raven the Redwoods, that's where my mouse was right above, so we just went with this one. I mean, pretty cool. I like the like purplish kind of vibe. We're gonna go right here. Austromolorium, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've played every BO6 map besides Austromolorium, so I can't rank that one. Paradox Junction, I mean, it's literally just Nuketown. I guess the mode where you're in the present looks a bit better, so I guess we'll place it here. But, I don't know, not much to say. The tomb, aesthetically. I don't know, it doesn't capture that great of a vibe, but I think it's better than, like, the Shadow Throne. Firebase Z. Not really. Again, it just kind of feels like a base. Not that great. The Darkest Shore. Oh my gosh. Going up here, right above Zet's. Darkest Shore when the fog rolls in. While it may be annoying gameplay-wise, aesthetically, this map is goated on the, literally, the Darkest Shore. Ashes of the Damned. I mean, I think it's kind of goated, honestly. It's a little underrated, aesthetically. I think it goes, like... Okay, move up a little. There we go. Citadel de Mort. Pretty solid. I think it goes here in A tier. I think it's better aesthetically than this. And they're right by 2 castle maps right here. And both of these are in Europe, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure Citadel de Mort is in France. And the Rising Dragon is in Austria, if I'm correct. For Ruck, aesthetically, this also gets a strong S tier. I guess we'll... I can squeeze it above here, but Verrucht, the insane asylum, you know, fast-paced, Verrucht sprinters, what's the word, claustrophobic. Honestly, that's why I was, like, naming Verrucht sprinters, bro, because I couldn't think of the word. Claustrophobic Verrucht in the insane asylum. Really feels like an insane asylum. Blood of the Dead. I mean, I feel like wherever is Mob on, did I rank Mob? There it is. We're going to rank these together because I feel like they're very similar, you know. I think Mob is a solid one. I think it gets A, and so does Blood for aesthetics. The Reckoning? I never played The Reckoning on Black Ops 6. I did play all the other ones, though. Liberty Balls is eh. I mean, it's just a town. Looks pretty cool. Aesthetically. Shattered Veil. Once again, I guess right here. What map is that? I can't even read what map that is. I don't know what map that is. I can't really tell. Not ranking Shall and Shuffle. Couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered. Zombies in Spaceland. S tier. 9. I think it's above Zombie Spaceland. Above Zets. Staying there. The ancient theme. What empire does this take place in? Is this supposed to be ancient Rome? I'm assuming it's supposed to be Rome because I think you start off in like a gladiator Colosseum thing. So I'm gonna assume it's ancient Rome, but I mean, if I'm correct, I don't think that map's canon, right? Isn't it literally just they were on a acid trip? I may be wrong. I don't really know much Chaos lore, but okay, this is gonna sound really dumb, but from what I remember, please let me know in the comments below. Try not to be condescending, but honestly, I don't blame you because I never really study much Chaos lore. But didn't they get in a room after Voyage and they needed a code, and they went on like that acid trip in 9 and got the code after the Easter egg and then went into Ancient Evil? I may be dumb. Maybe that's not true, but that's what I remember. Shino, pretty solid. Shino gives you that kind of despair feel. Not as much as Noct, but gives you a strong feel. Classified as basic. Where did I put 5? Because it's basically just kind of... I think I'll put it below 5, but Ancient Evil, without a question, probably up here. Not even going to explain that one. Final Reich, solid map for aesthetics. Tog, I think I like Call of the Dead. I don't think it gets S tier. Normally, if a map's a remaster or reimagined of the other, it usually goes right beside it. Different is Tog is like a summer winter map. This is like foggy winter. And while this has a good aesthetic, I actually like the idea. It doesn't compare to Call of the Dead's feel. So I feel like it's gotta go here. Okay, and then I think we had one more map. Dead of the Night. Solid aesthetic, not S tier. We'll place it right there. Alright, this is my list. There's actually none in trash. I might change that. I kind of was being a little... Let's change that real quick. Well, are they really? They're not actually trash, though, is the thing. They're not actually trash. They may not be good, but I don't know that any of them are like trash. Actually, there's probably some I could find in here that are trash, but we're not ranking them. So I'll see you all in the next one, I guess. Well, here's my channels. What are my top ones? Let's do this. Moon, Origins, Rev, Knocked and Shang, Voyage, Buried, Call the Dead, Varrocked, Shadows, Ancient Evil, Darkest Shore 9s. That's about in zombies. It's basically pretty happy with the list. I'll see you all in the next one, guys.